Hi guys, at the beginning of the last video, I was like, dude, I got so many subscribers by advertising on MC Play, and then right when I go to post that, found I got muted on MC Play for 2 weeks for advertising. And they said it was reoccurring, which is fair because I did it for like a month straight and did it like 50 times a day. But listen, I didn't get a warning, okay? No one told me that, hey, that's a bad idea, you're not supposed to advertise. I mean, yeah, it was in like the rules, but who reads the rules, okay? Anyways, so I don't have a source of subscribers, so I have to try on content and stop just procrastinating until 30 seconds before to record something random. But it sounds boring, so I'm just gonna record something random anyways. Okay, so my dad is Asian, and you might have heard stereotypes like, oh yeah, Asians, you're only allowed to get A's. And those are wrong. You're only allowed to get A+. So anyways, I remember like a while back, I don't remember what grade. Also, he doesn't do this anymore. He's more chill now. I'm just kind of like, he's just like, you got an A. I don't care. Cool. But anyways, I got my report card back, and I think I had 8 subjects. This was in like 8th grade or something. But I went to a private school, so we had to learn Latin, and I hated it. It was my least favorite subject, and I was so bad at it. But I remember there was a report card, and I think I got, there was 8 subjects. I think I got 5 A+. And you might be thinking, oh, that's pretty good. So anyways, I hand my report card to my dad. And you know what he does? He looks at it and says, why'd you get an 89 in Latin? And I was just kind of like, it's not my main language. It's not even, it's dead. Why are we taking this? And so, then I like, the next semester, I like, still don't really do anything because I'm not the kind of person to stop procrastinating, as you may have been told, or as you may have figured out. However, I did like study before the test sometimes now. And so then I checked. And you know what? My Latin grade was apparently above a 94. I don't remember it. I don't have my Latin stuff because I burned it all because I hated that class. But you see, I actually got above a 94. And how I know is because it wasn't my lowest grade on my report card. I think I got 5 A+ again, but my grades were overall better. And so I'm like, yay, my dad can't yell at me. And so I hand him my report card, and he looks at it, and he sees there's a 94 in English. And this is like an A, okay? Apparently in the new school system, a 95 is an A+. I don't know, that's like ridiculous, but sure, I guess. So I was one off from a 90 or an A+, apparently, and it was my lowest grade. All right, those are good grades. And he looks at it, he goes, English is your main language. Why'd you get a 94? And I was like, bruh, isn't that like a good grade? And he was like, do better. But anyways, I always remember myself as terrible in Latin. I was like, wait. And I was like, yeah, I basically like, failed all the tests and stuff. Then I was like, wait, also, this was before I had burned my Latin books, which I did because I hated the class. But you see, I went back to check because I was like, oh yeah, I almost failed those tests. So I just find a random test with my sloppy handwriting on it in my Latin binder that I have for some reason, even though it's like destroyed because again, I hadn't burned it yet. And I just look, and I look at the test, and the grade on it says 96. I was like, what? Huh? I remember myself being bad. This is an A+. So yeah, apparently I wasn't terrible at it. I think maybe the reason I hated it was because I had to actually study before the tests. And if you know me, that's something I do not do, like, almost ever. Like, my last math test, I've never studied for a math test in my entire life. And I still do fine. My last math test, I got a 100. And then, it's also like, if I study, it's not really, I guess I'd probably, like, but also, it's like, when in science, like, similar year, same year or something, my idea of studying was when I went into the class, because there was like a 5-minute period to travel, and the class was right next door, I'd ask one of my friends who was actually responsible and studied, so what's the test on? And he was just kind of like, I refuse to tell you, because you're supposed to know this already. And I was just kind of like, oh. And so then I still pried out the information from him. And I don't know, I didn't fail, I guess. And I don't remember getting yelled at by my dad. But also, he kind of got more chill. Now he doesn't really care, as long as I'm not, like, failing or something. So that's cool. Oh yeah, and I also don't have to take Latin. Woo! Oh yeah, also, like, on MC Play, before I got muted, a bunch of people, and even after I got muted, the amount of people asking me for a Jitterbridge tutorial is crazy. So if I don't procrastinate until the end, because the thing about procrastinating until like 5 minutes before you gotta make your YouTube video, because you don't want to mess up your schedule for posting videos, is that you kind of like tutorials you have to make in advance, like that blocking tutorial I did, which you should totally go check out because it's insane and it has like world record block-ins, guys. Or at least one. Maybe the other one's a world record. I don't know. But I couldn't beat it, and since I'm obviously the second best in the world, it must be a world record. Anyways, I'll probably make a video on jitter bridging. Not really a tutorial, maybe a tutorial, probably more like the bridging method that is both easier and faster than Godbridge, because it's easier than Godbridge, and yes, it's literally faster than Godbridge. YouTubers are always just like, oh my gosh, it's Godbridge. That bridging method's so good and it's so fast and whoa, that's crazy. And I'm just always like, dude, you realize jitter bridging is easier and faster? But like most people don't know how to do it, and when they do it like wrong and then assume that it's slower. Kind of like the equivalent of someone saying that God bridging is so slow, and then the whole time they're like holding crouch while holding S and D and jumping every 8 blocks. And it's kind of stupid because it's like, no, it is fast. So I'll probably make a video on that. If I do, and I remember, I'll put like a card to that video on the little top right thing. I'm pretty sure you can do that on YouTube. I hope. Anyways, this has been Onaws talking about Latin and jitter bridging. See you later. Bye.